Since the traffic accident out there is going to hold up our attorney from getting here, it's unfortunate with all the problems that he's got already, and then have that to face too, but that's part of life, I guess. All right, let's call this meeting to order. And I'm going to ask Mr. Griffith if he would give the invocation for us.
Let us pray. Our God and Father in heaven, thank you for this day. Thank you for allowing us to have a good day. Thank you for allowing us to assemble here to take care of our city business. I want to take and ask you to take and give comfort to the bereaved and comfort also to the sick. Just reach down, touch them with your healing hands and everything. Give us wisdom in our city business and everything here today. Look over us in all we do. All these things we ask in your Son, Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. Stand, please, and pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, gentlemen, I'm looking to get an approval of the agenda, unless there's any amendments y'all need to enter into. Is there anyone want to make any changes in the agenda? If not, I entertain a motion that we approve the agenda. Mr. Johnson has moved that we approve the agenda as recorded. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Bloodworth. Any further discussion relative to the agenda? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The agenda is set. I don't know exactly who's supposed to handle this first item, but it's Mayor's Day in Atlanta. We go up and the GMA has two big events a year, one in January when the General Assembly gets together, and then another one in mid-year. Both of them are filled with training courses, and I think starting we have to be in training at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and the training runs through, the last one is Monday morning. So we'll be involved in visiting with our legislators in Atlanta. Council, I think they're looking for formal approval of this venture. I entertain a motion.
Make a motion we approve the travel and training for mayor and council to Atlanta the 20th to the 23rd.
Want to include the clerk too?
And the clerk.
Second.
Made by, the motion is made by Councilman Griffin and seconded by Mr. Purser. Any further discussion relative to this endeavor? Hearing none, I call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the vote is carried. Y'all, at our work session last week, our auditor came in and very painstaking, and stood up there an hour and went through the audit report, the financials and all, and they have prepared a good audit and gave us a pretty good report. I was right pleased with what we heard in the presentation. But we at this formal meeting have to approve the audit. I entertain a motion to approve the audit as presented by our lady last week. Mr. Johnson moved we approve the audit report.
Second.
Second by Mr. Purser. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I call for vote. All in favor of approving the audit, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that's carried. Okay, we've got a good number of guests out here with smiling faces and eager about this next issue. And it is important to them, and we're glad to have them here. This is item number 6, to consider the zoning committee recommendations on Curry Street. Who's handling this? Mr. Googe has been handling it, but he's not able to be here tonight.
Mr. Charles Harrell, our code enforcer, was going to be here. However, he had an emergency with a family member, so it's going to be up to the council members and you.
Well, we can handle it, all right. I'll assure you we can handle it. The deal with Mr. Harrell, his daughter-in-law was rushed to the hospital and with some problems, and they were very anxious about that. So we're there, and I think they're in Douglas, hospital, and that happened just earlier, today, just a little while ago, back not too long ago. The zoning committee has, in fact, that's what this, thing, all of you can see here, they prepared this, section, and of course, I think there's people here from other areas besides just, Curry Street, but the zoning committee has met and has recommended to us that, the area just south of Curry Street and the area just north of Curry Street to the railroad right-of-way be rezoned to R3. Now, as I told the group last time, this is it's not a thing that we can approve the process of getting rezoned, but there's an ordeal that you have to go through to do this. There, it has to be posted and advertised, letters have to be written, and so we've accepted the recommendation of the zoning board. They meet as needed, and they do a good job. And they have met with the landowners, and landowners have met with them, and they've recommended that we take an area approximately, it's got to be better defined, but approximately 300 feet south of Curry Street, and then from Curry Street north all the way to the railroad track, and rezone that to R3, which means multifamily, duplexes, apartments, and whatnot. Council, do any of you want to add anything to that?
Well, the only thing that I want to say and everything is, and Tommy, I think you've talked with Ilya also, we had brought it up at the work session last week about, possibly that being a rail access and whatever else. And Mr. Copeland with the Development Authority said that was just it. Where it's at was not actually big enough to develop anything on regardless. That's the only discussion, and I think he's told the same thing to Tommy also.
Eric brought that up. He was a little concerned that we might be giving it's zone light industrial now, I think, right?
Heavy industrial.
Heavy industrial.
Heavy industrial.
And Eric was concerned about giving up that railroad frontage. I talked with Ilya Copeland, and he said he didn't think it was big enough to put an industry in there anyway. So that kind of made me feel better about it. But anyway, we've got this problem. I guess we can, what we're doing tonight, just approve to go forward. But
I think we accept the recommendation of the zoning board moves forward with it.
That's right, and then proceed to do the necessary paperwork to get it accomplished. Any landowners want to chime into this process?
Yeah, I'd like to say something, Mayor and Councilman. On the current, what we were told by the zoning commission, on either side of Curry Street, from the railroad track, what's that street right by the city barn?
Walnut.
Walnut Street back
To the bypass.
to the bypass.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah,
we
that's
all,
what
we all on the same page, right?
Yeah, that's what they recommended to us.
Okay.
But again, now, make sure that you understand that we're approving to begin the process. And it's, we have to write letters and, you'll see all the details involved. It has to be posted. But, so council, I think, with the recommendation that Mr. Googe gave us from our authority, our zoning board last week, I think what we need to do, or what I'm entertaining is a motion that we accept the recommendation of the zoning board.
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Bloodworth has made a motion, we accept the recommendation of the zoning board. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Purser. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Gentlemen, y'all got your process started.
Thanks, sir.
All right. The, 6. Oh, it's 7. Council, I have, started when I was mayor before, and got a computer and software to begin locating, mapping properly the water and sewer system of this town. And I struggled with it during that period of time, and then since we've been back, we've been struggling with it again. And we have and let me say this to you. Each of us have certain areas of expertise up here. And I want you to know that I started surveying land when I was a college student in Athens in 1963 with Ben McElroy. And off and on through the years from 1963 until now, and I have operated as a professional land surveyor for many, many years. I have sophisticated theodolites, computer equipment, plotters. I have GPS equipment that I bought when Paul B. Healy left. I have even more sophisticated equipment now as far as locating. And I know something about what's involved. In fact, the city, if I were not the mayor, the city, I have the proper credentials, I have the license and the credentials to do what I'm talking about doing. So I'm not talking about something that I don't know how to do. And with Bland's retirement here at hand, and with the problems we've got, we need to get this going, and it needs to be done now. So we've got a bid on some people that can get started with this thing, and they say it'll probably take them about 90 days to accomplish it. I want to ask this committee to approve the bid that we got back in June of approximately $50,000 to locate these utilities.
I'm very much in favor of getting this done, but as I understood, somebody told me, and I'm not sure, I think it was John, I'm not sure who told me this, but somebody told me that Carl Hofstadter does that same thing. Am I wrong?
I talked to Carl a couple of weeks ago. And he said he did, he was supposed to be in contact with the mayor, and the mayor called him and asked him about starting a project, but it's never been initiated. It hasn't been started. And it's my understanding that it has to be contracted out, but I mean, it does need to be done unless you've seen on 341.
Oh, I agree 100%.
And I'm not opposed to this company doing it. I mean, they're in the business to do this from what my understanding.
The bid was, the water system for mapping the entire water system of the city is $26,500. The entire sewer system is $28,000, so that's 14, that's $54,000. And then if we do some of the outside work, that will be at our discretion. But that's the main water system, the main sewer system for $54,000. And I'm gonna make a motion that we accept the bid of Ben Turnip City Engineers to start this project and get it underway.
Okay, do we know if this bid is
Still good?
still good? We're talking about an 8-month-old bid.
Yeah, I talked to him a month ago, and I talked to him a week ago, and I talked to him yesterday. It's good.
I'll second that motion.
Motion been made and seconded that we proceed with the location of the utilities per this bid. Motion been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Thank the Lord. Good.
Before we go too far away from that subject and too far away from the all, you know, of course, we use water and sewer funds to pay for this, you know, and we got the money. But in the audit, and I'm sorry I didn't bring it up during when we were discussing the audit, that Haley, is that her name?
Yes.
Yeah, Haley said that reserve, those restricted funds, that were for particular projects. And I've been on council 8 years, and I've never seen a list of what these projects are. Well, this is my 8th year. I'd just like to see what those projects were, because I'd like to be, you know, if we could use some of that money to pay for that.
Some of those that are restricted, and we pay monthly payments in due, the only requirement is a 10% in escrow towards the.
Well, that's not what she said, because that's what I said. And she
I used
said,
to
no,
have-
the money is set aside for the loan, the chief loan, the bond retirement, and specific projects. And I've never seen a list of.
All right, let me promise you that I did at one time have all of that, had it up to date. It is not now, but I'm working on it. If you give me probably for next month's regular meeting,
Okay,
you'll have,
that'd be good.
you'll have, I will get with her and we'll finish it. I'm working on it now. And we'll get it where you know the amount in each fund and what it's restricted for, if there are restrictions on it.
Okay.
And you're gonna find that some
That's all
of
I
it is not restricted.
That's
All
what I
right,
did.
I promise to do that. All right.
And we can use that unrestricted to pay for this project.
Right, thank you. Okay, let's see, where are we? Karen, bless her heart, y'all got a bill she got a revised one that she got a lot cheaper. Karen was going down to the welfare department the other day, and she missed the road, and she turned around and over there in front of Harold, Ray Harold's,
No.
not Ray,
Ronnie.
Ronnie Harold, Ronnie Harold's business, and there was a hole in there, and she fell in that hole with the car and damaged the car, and she got a bill in there, and asking us to pay the bill. We discussed it at the work session last week. At that time, the lowest bid she had was $1,300. She got it down to $8,000. I'd like to hear from the council relative to the damage that Ms. Foskey incurred on her car.
Well, it's my discussion in the closed session, but my concern is that we have culverts all over this town. And, I mean, we probably have above 1,000. And every time somebody runs off the road and hits one, I'm concerned that we're gonna have to, if we set a precedent here. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't
Well,
know.
the only thing, and Jeff can be clear with this and I can, that drainage pipe was put in there by Mr. Harold himself.
Right.
The city had nothing to do
We
with it,
had nothing to do with it.
and he put it in there by himself. It's not ours,
Oh, it's not?
no. And that's the issue that I have a problem with, taking care of this, because it's Mr. Harold's doing
You
it,
think,
not
again,
I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Well, let me correct that now. I just told you how many years I've been in the land surveying business out there, and I went out and established as best I could the center of the street and measured from the center of the street, the right of way toward the health department, and ascertained where the right of way was, measured the same distance the other direction, and that the pipe that's there is at the edge of the right of way it is on our right of way, but Harold has, to improve his access to his business, he's taken from the street all the way to his business and just filled everything in and graded it. But he told me that someone with the city told him they wanted that left open for drainage, for surface drainage, and he left it open at our instruction. He said, I'll be glad, I'm in the fabricating business, I'll be glad to fabricate a grate that will be sufficient, that'll handle cars and traffic, and put over there if you'll tell me to. I said, please do it. It ought to have already been done. But now here's the thing, we should not have let him leave that hole there. If he filled all that stuff in, he should have been required to put that grate there initially, and not leave that hole for this lady to fall into with her car out there. So I think between Mr. Harold and somebody has caused some damage to Ms. Foskey.
It's on our right of way, then let's fix it.
Okay, you want to make a full motion to pay the $800?
I'll make a motion to pay $800.
Mr. Bloodworth made the motion that we pay the $800.
$883.96.
$883.96.
All right, you got the bill there. Is there a second to this motion? Second. Mr. Johnson has seconded the motion. Any further discussion relative to this matter? Hearing none, I call for the vote. All in favor say aye. Any opposed?
No.
All right, raise your right hand, all in favor.
Yeah, she said it had to be
It's
recorded.
got to be recorded.
Well, I've got the
It's
recording. If
three
you
to two.
raise your hand, I'll do that. Mr. Bloodworth says, he's aye, I say aye, Mr. Johnson says aye. Okay, that's 3. Now then, all opposed, raise your hand. Mr. Purser and Mr. Griffin. The motion's carried. Ms. Foskey will, get your car fixed and bring us the bill, and we'll get it taken care of.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Mr. Griffin, number 9 is your item. Did you have to explain that to the group and handle that for us?
Yeah. At the work session and everything last week, I took in, I had spoken with the office help and everything, and I think you had also, Mayor,
I did.
concerning the purchase orders required for just small things and whatever else. When we're asking that they take and make it where it's up to $500, the department heads have that discretion to take and get the stuff without having a PO and making sure that they turn it in, okay? But like I said, it's my recommendation that we take and allow the department heads to purchase up to $500 without having a PO, and I'll put that in the form of a motion.
Also, to add to this, and I think we've already hashed this out to ourselves, but maybe for the benefit of some of you who are not here, this will make things easier in the office. All of our office staff is in favor of this. So we entertain a motion, Eric, for this.
I do.
Second. And Mr. Griffiths made the motion, second by Mr. Purser. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion's carried. Tommy, this item number 10 is yours.
I just, I would like to, since the Downtown Development Authority has become inactive, and I am technically a member of the council's representative on the DDA, I would like that at our next meeting, bring you a list of people for us to appoint to the DDA, and if any of y'all have any suggestions, let's get that thing started.
Try to get reactivated.
You had asked my opinion, they either have to be a citizen or they have to own a business in the city.
All right, and what would it take us to change that?
That's state law.
Oh, it's state law, really? Okay. All right.
Well,
Can't we change that?
Oh, yes, we can. We've got 3 members up there in the House and
Well,
over in the Senate. But now that's quite an ordeal.
yeah. But if that's okay, I'll have the list of names next week.
So they
Next month, excuse me.
either have to own a business or reside in the city, They-
Yeah,
or both.
Well, either one.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I let, okay, Tommy, work on that for
I
us.
didn't realize it was state law, boy. That pares my list down a lot.
Hey, don't feel like the Lone Ranger. Hey, okay, it's the time to reappoint the council administrative liaison appointments. And I've had some of the council members talk with me, and I've had some of the department heads to talk. And I'm going to throw out some suggestions. Now, this is a council responsibility, and if you don't like it, you can tell me, and we'll hash it out and get it where everybody's happy. But I'd like to suggest this, that Mr. Bloodworth handle the police department, that and Mr. Johnson said that he's interested in the street department this coming year. Mr. Purser, I'd like for you to handle the water and sewer.
Ooh, that's the hardest job you got. That's fine, that's fine.
You've been requested.
That's fine.
I'll just have to, and if you would, Eric, I'd like for you to handle the fire department, and I'd like to do a little something different, if you gentlemen will allow it. I want you to let me handle directly the airport and the golf course. I entertain a motion, I make it a motion that we make these appointments according to what I've just outlined. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Johnson. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? You're an agreeable bunch, I'm telling you.
I don't mean that ugly, bland, you know, but that is a tough job. You know.
Yeah.
That is.
I think it's
Especially
good.
with the deteriorating
I think
system.
it's good better now.
They said they needed you this year, Tommy. All right, on this, invoice, where is that invoice? What is, yeah, thank you. As y'all know, we have, refurbished the Gill Street, water tank. We have been able to put that thing back in jam-up condition for, it's a pretty good sum of money, but it's a very modest amount when you talk about 150,000 gallons of water up there in the area that we need. In doing so, there's several things that had to be done to begin to get this thing back together. I want you to know that we've pulled that huge motor. It's almost, you see that podium that's made for people to talk at it. It's at least over half the height of that thing. And it's about this big around the giant motor. It has to take the roof off the building to pull it out. We send it to Tabaxi. And we've got that motor refurbished. We've got it sitting back in there. And it's pumping. We've disconnected. We're not putting any water in the tank yet. We can't do that. We've got a long way to go for that. But we have run that well several hours and got fine, clear water come out of it. But we are still in a quandary as to whether we're going to continue to have to use that as potable water or whether we're going to be able to put that water in the tank. And Carl Hofstadter and I are working on this every day. Carl had a conversation a day or two ago, and he's going to get with EPD and check things out and make sure we follow step by step. But this is something that had to be done to begin to get that well back into service. So I entertain a motion that we pay the people for the work they've done.
I make a motion, we pay the bill.
Second, okay. Anybody else got any discussion relative to this matter?
Who said it?
Tommy, person.
Thank you.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, gentlemen. Now, again, we've, because I don't think we've got a lot more to do, but there's still a good bit of questions and things to be answered about putting that well back in service, but at any rate. Okay, the next three items, can't we handle those? Discuss, approve the water and sewer adjustments,
Yes, sir.
the report of the gains and losses in the check register. I entertain a motion relative to these three items. Mr. Johnson moved that we approve 13, 14, and 15. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Bloodwood. Any discussion? Hearing none, I call for a vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Tommy, you gonna handle this next one for us? Here you go.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I haven't seen that.
Steve, come forward, please, sir.
Anybody that reads the letter knows that Steve, yeah, Steve wants to come forward. Knows that, we're losing a valuable employee, but he's still gonna be a valuable citizen. Nonetheless, Steve has spent, practically his entire adult life with the Hattiesburg Police Department. And, 34 years as chief. He's been, I don't want to repeat everything. Mary Ann did an excellent job of writing up an article, and she, y'all spend 75 cents to buy a paper, you'll see what all of them are. We're really going to miss him. I don't want to, well, I guess I could repeat what we said before, but I think how this council feels about him and how our attorney feels about him. He's, we're gonna miss him. He's done a great job. And I'm just fumbling for words because I didn't know I was going to be charged.
You're doing a good job.
I appreciate
You're doing
your
a good
service
job.
to the citizens. And even long before I was on the council, anything I needed, whether it be through the newspaper, whether it be through a citizen, you were always helping me personally, and I appreciate it. And again, we're gonna miss you.
Steve,
Got a little gift, that's a little gift for him there, Tommy.
I didn't,
Oh, yeah, we have a
I didn't plan for the last wreck that you were working your career.
Are you sure? Are you sure you didn't want to see it?
Anyway, this is a little tougher than, Rhonda wants to get a picture of. Here we go. Yep.
Hold on just a second, let me get a little closer. Gotcha. Thank you.
As just a comment, I've got a great staff, we've got some great department heads here, and it takes teamwork to make this thing work for our citizens. And as an example of that, y'all all have heard about the thefts we've had from our cemetery. We've had a lot of figurines stolen off our cemetery lots. We solved the case today.
Thank the Lord.
We've been working on this thing. It might not seem like a priority, but it is to the families whose loved ones are out there in the cemetery. And we had a person that is mentally challenged. He's been receiving some serious psychiatric help, and the spirits were telling him to go take this stuff off the cemetery lots.
Oh, my goodness.
And we have a nice photograph and a whole hall full of figurines and items over in my office. And we haven't found all of it, but probably 99% of it has been recovered.
Of what's gone missing has been recovered. How about that?
So, thank y'all for letting me serve with y'all. Thank the citizens for allowing me to serve them for about 39 and a half years. I appreciate it.
And Steve, I think Ken is joshing with you. Not only did he sort of plan that, but he even bought a new car.
I know, yeah.
He
Just told me about it this morning.
He just bought the car too.
Yeah.
It's not funny, but we got just a laugh about it. Oh, you just bought it. Okay, are there any citizen comments?
I have one.
Okay,
Tommy and Vernice, did y'all get the email with the names for the DDA?
Yeah.
Yes. Good.
we want to thank you for what you do.
You will.
You get the message out. Any other citizen comments? All right, mayor and council, gentlemen.
I'd just like to take, Commissioner Benjamin and Commissioner Crosby, appreciate y'all coming to work to our meeting.
You stole my thunder. You stole my thunder.
I just want to take and tell you, we appreciate y'all coming. Y'all more than welcome anytime. We try to take and get out as quick, or the mayor tries to get us out as quick as we can. I'll rephrase that. But like I said, we do appreciate y'all coming. Look forward to working with y'all this upcoming year and in the future. And like I said, I think between city and county, I think if we start to work together, there's nothing we can't accomplish for the citizens that we serve. And I just appreciate y'all coming. I really do. And Chief Land, thank you for your service. I can't see you back here, but I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And I do have something else to bring up also on a garbage truck for Jeff and everything. We have one that has a computer that's gone down in it. The computer takes and talks to the other two computers in the garbage truck. They cannot bench program this. It's going to have to be benched. It's going to have to be taken to the shop in Valdosta. The whole truck is. Now, it's too tall to take and put it on the low boy, and I'm sure he's already told you that, so we're going to have it towed down there to take and get it programmed and whatever else. The good thing is it may still be under warranty. We may not have to pay anything for that and may just wind up with a tow bill. I'm letting y'all know that this is something that we're going to have to do because this is our newer truck. It's the 14 model. And like I said, they cannot bench program. It has to be taken and put on the truck.
Thank
You don't know
you.
anybody that can tow?
Oh, yeah,
I'm
we've already got a juked down price on that too. All right, thank you, Eric. Anything else?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, to tell Ricky and Gary that, I guess I should say, Commissioners Crosby and Benjamin, that I said here a while back, I go all the county commission meetings, but I do that as my work obligation. But I mentioned to them before, it'd be good if we went to more, all of us went to more meetings, and all of y'all went to more of our meetings. It would help us appreciate what each other has to go through. That's all I have.
Okay, anything else?
Nothing but, we saying the same thing over and over, and it's just redundant. But truthfully, I'd like to say to Steve, I've been here way longer than the rest of them. and in my life, before I came and while here, he has really been good towards me and everything, working with me, and I appreciate it. We'll miss you. I think you all have a good crew over there, and we want to make it better. But you know, it comes a time that you work for something, enjoy it.
Thank you.
And you don't wait till you get sick, like me. You know, do it while you can.
Right.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I'd like to say, Chief, I appreciate you, and, thank you for your service as well.
Thank
And thank you to the commission for being here as well.
I want to say to Mr. Benjamin and to Ricky, both of these fellows, y'all, we do appreciate you being here. And would you please help us just a little to convince all of your council that the city of Hazelhurst is in Jeff Davis County. We are right in the middle of the county. We pay the same taxes that each one of y'all pay out in the county. The further person down toward Douglas and on the other side of Snipesville, we all pay the same taxes to get the same services, roads, streets, and upkeep of the county. Please explain to them. And another thing I want to share with you, and I won't belabor it because I'm so proud to hear him come again, and we'll try to share with one another because we want to work together. In Appleton County, I happened back, I worked with this SPLOST recently, and we were fixing to put it back on the ballot. And you check with this, you check Baxley with Mr. Jeff Baxley or the mayor down there. A lot of the money, the proceeds from SPLOST that the county gets is spent in the city of Baxley. So that when you get this SPLOST, so y'all get 80% of it, we get 20%. Of all of it is generated here in this town. And then it's all spent outside the city. You can also spend that money in here. You can help us to build our city. It's your city. Right. It's here. And when you look and see projects that will benefit us as a whole, don't when you get to the city limits say, oh, this is county money, we can't come. We're the county too. And some of the projects that we need so bad, you commissioners, this is your county here, right where you're sitting. You're in Jeff Davis County. So please remember that. And I hope I'm not pressing it too hard, but I want to stress it that sometimes folks don't have the right attitude there. Thank you so much. Anybody else?
Yeah, I just found out I'm gonna be grandpa again. My youngest son just texted me a picture of a sonograph. I'm gonna be grandpa again.
Well, that's real hot news there.
It just popped up.
Okay, Mr. Johnson?
So moved. Let's go on.
Mr. Johnson has moved that we adjourned. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Bloodworth. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Thank you, gentlemen.
Hey, has the families been notified?